What's going on, guys? I'm No Player here, and in this video we'll be doing a roundup of all the latest Destiny news from the past week or so. There's quite a few interesting things to talk about. So firstly, in terms of the spring update, which of course we all want to know more about, Deej said in the Bungie stream that happened today about audio design, there are hundreds of people putting the finishing touches on the update, and it's almost finished, and then very soon they'll be able to share the date and more info about the update in itself. So like I said before, this week they did the audio design stream, next week is the Bungie bounty, and the week after that they're probably going to be doing the reveal stream. That's my guess. We can probably assume it's going to happen then. Maybe a trailer or a viaduct or a date about when the spring update will actually drop and some more info about it. I thought it was interesting how he mentioned there were hundreds of people working on the update, and he didn't just say like a few people, he literally said hundreds, because the small updates like the Crimson Doubles event or the Festival of the Lost event, we know that was mainly made by the Bungie Live team, which is actually quite a small team, they've said. The fact they've got hundreds of people from the main Bungie team to work on the spring update, sounds like it's going to be pretty promising and definitely involves some pretty big stuff. I believe the Bungie team is currently around 700 people, and you bet probably most of them are working on Destiny 2 right now, or the later expansion coming this year. So the fact that hundreds of people have been set to work on this spring content is actually pretty interesting. I definitely cannot wait to see what they come up with. So like I said, Bungie did the stream today, which was about audio design. It was actually really interesting, definitely a step up from the Dreadnought ride along. This thing was really cool to watch. They had Deej, of course, the Bungie community manager, along with the voice actor for Eris and the voice actor for the Queen of the Reef, or the Awoken Queen. And they also had two sound designers and writers talk about the creation of Destiny and some of the story elements. And they played a viaduct, which is really cool to see everything involved with sound design. You got to see them like shooting guns and the weird sounds they use to get guns and enemies and stuff like that. And like I said, definitely very interesting. And the thing I liked the most was seeing the voice actors actually narrating the characters in Destiny. It was really cool to watch. And you can see some of the clips of like Lord Shaxx, the voice actor, saying some Crucible lines, and even like Xur, the guy who played Xur, saying some weird stuff. It was really funny. And I'll put some links in the description to the stream and the viaduct if you want to watch it. Now, something else pretty cool they mentioned on stream was that the Queen of the Reef isn't actually dead. I think it kind of slipped out. I don't think they meant to say it, but one of the sound directors basically described how the Queen used to be like this pirate type character who was really aggressive and had a different side to her, and they changed her later down the line to make her a lot more soft and like the Queen is right now. And he said how in the later releases of Destiny, you'll see that pirate side of her come out a lot more, and that kind of scavenging, aggressive side to her that can fight people and kill people and use weapons. That side's going to be a lot more prevalent, and it'll be a big moment when the character develops. And that was something definitely very interesting to hear. So essentially, the Queen of the Reef is not dead, and in the coming DLCs or possibly Destiny 2, you're going to see more of the Queen and how her character develops. I think the guy kind of realized he may have said too much and possibly that he was spoiling a Destiny game. They kind of joked about it as the stream went on, and then later when someone actually asked the question directly to them, is the Queen dead? They pretty much laughed about it again and said we'd have to wait to find out in the future releases of Destiny. That's about it for the stream. Now I'm going to talk about some other interesting Destiny things that have popped up in the recent weeks. Now firstly, Activision have announced that they will be at E3, but they won't have a dedicated booth anymore, which is quite interesting. They've always had a booth, and it's basically this massive area where they have all the Activision games to show off. So Destiny, Call of Duty, Skylanders, and I think Guitar Hero, I believe. And this year at E3 2016, they said they will not have a booth, but so far they'll be announcing and featuring the new Call of Duty game. They don't know what it is. It's made by Infinity Ward. They're going to be showcasing that at the PlayStation booth, not the Activision booth, because they don't have one anymore. So as you know, COD and Destiny have that partnership with PlayStation. They have early DLC and a bunch of exclusives. So they didn't mention directly whether Destiny will be E3 or whether it will be at the PlayStation booth. But it's definitely interesting to note how they won't have a booth anymore. And my guess, I think Destiny will be E3 for the large expansion that's launching later this year. It's probably launching around September, and we know that it'll be just as big as the Taken King, because they've called it a large expansion, which they've only ever used before to describe the Taken King. So you know it's a big deal, and it's going to be like a big revamp for Destiny, just like the Taken King was. And if you ask me, there's no way they're going to miss up the opportunity to hype up this thing. They're going to want to get as much attention on this thing as possible, get as much hype and promotion going for this. And E3 is the perfect platform. It's the biggest platform and pretty much advertising stage in the world. And if you ask me, I would definitely bet they will be at E3, and they want as much attention and hype going for this new expansion so people know about it and people spend their money and buy the thing. Of course, it's a massive advertising platform where pretty much everyone comes to go and show off their new games and build hype and attention. The E3 last year, you could get hands-on with the Taken King, and the year before that, you could also get hands-on with the Destiny Alpha. So it's pretty much been there every year. I think the year before that, that was where they first announced Destiny. So even if the expansion isn't there and isn't playable, I would definitely expect them to at least show off a trailer during the PlayStation conference, or have like their trailer rolling at the PlayStation booth. That seems like a normal thing for them to do. Now, the final bit of Destiny news I want to talk about was actually a pretty crazy rumor going around about Destiny 2, believe it or not, and the sequel, which we know is coming in 2017, but of course you don't have any details about. So an article popped up online saying that Destiny 2 would be called Beyond Destiny and that we would be launching in the holiday of 2017 on the new Nintendo console, which is called the Nintendo NX. So it's a pretty far out rumor, pretty crazy and quite far-fetched if you ask me. Apparently the source of this rumor actually has a really solid track record and has been right before about things like the Pokemon game, which were correct, and the Nintendo NX console and loads of other things. But this rumor just doesn't really seem that likely. I think the Beyond Destiny is quite a bad name, to be honest. I'd rather Destiny 2 or something like that. But regardless, Eric Osborne from Bungie did make this tweet pretty much saying the rumor isn't true, and he said that he is beyond rumors and speculation and that we should be 2 with the number 2. So basically saying that we shouldn't pay attention to rumors, and then pretty much that confirms that the Beyond Destiny rumor is not true. Although it was definitely a very interesting one. I'll put a link in the description to the article if you guys want to check it out. But that's about it for the Destiny news and discussion. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. As always, leave your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. I love reading your guys' comments and seeing what you guys think about everything I've mentioned so far. You can also drop a like rating on the video if you enjoyed it and follow me on Twitter in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video.